would you say about your AD take now?
Camera's right there. I stand by with everything what I said at the beginning of the series. Still
So,
do. Before I get into what I'm saying, because I do see some ludicrous shit on the internet, I'm not sitting here saying AD is this perfect NBA player. We know the potential is there, but he is what he is at this point of his career. At this point of his career is still a top 15 current NBA player. Um, I'm not saying he's sitting here if there's certain players are available for trade, you trade AD. Yeah, like if players are available for trade, that makes sense. I'm not sitting here saying no. He has 2 years left on his contract. LeBron is still on the roster, hopefully, which we'll get into slowly. But it just makes no sense to me. Like, oh yeah, Anthony Davis is the reason why we lost this series. Anthony Davis is the reason why we're in the conference finals in the first place. I have a question for you. You tell me this. If Anthony Davis was meh defensively, would we have got past the first round?
first round, yes. Second round, no.
So the fact that we even got past the Warriors is insane, right? And I get it. He struggled offensively. He was inconsistent, not struggled. He had monster games even in the conference finals. But it's just like Jokic just outplayed him. I get that. I'm not putting him in the same tier as Jokic. He has to show that to me. But Anthony Davis is still a top 15 NBA player. He ain't no bum. He ain't no scrub. He still comes out and played in the playoffs, right? I get it. If the take for trade him is just injuries, I could live with that. If it's just injuries. If it's saying, oh, he's this guy that ain't great, even if he's inconsistent offensively, he lives on the defensive end, right? You can't tell me that he was not the best defensive player in the playoffs this year. He had the most rebounds. He had the most blocks. They were literally anchoring. If you see Anthony Davis in the paint, they're trying to get his ass out of the paint, right? The Warriors did that successfully, and he still held his own on the perimeter. He wasn't no Rudy Gobert unplayable in the playoffs, right? So the problem is, yes, I get it. The inconsistency is there, but when you get him defensively, and you will get consistent 15 points a game at least, right? 20 points a game with horrible percentages, he'll get to the line usually, right? So the take about, oh yeah, he sucks, we should trade him, blah, 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 is ludicrous. Like, I think that's dumb. That being said, like, yeah, if we do trade him for a Dame Lillard, for example, question is, can we get someone to replace what Anthony Davis is capable of? Can we get that Bam Adebayo type of player? Can we get Miles Turner, for example? Then sure, I'm open to that discussion. I don't think that's happening, though, because if you're trading for Anthony Davis, right, you're pairing him with someone. That's who Anthony Davis is. He's not the alpha. He is the guy you pair someone to win a championship with.
So, what happens if LeBron retires? What do you do?
See, I don't think the Lakers will rebuild, right? Because it's the Lakers. They're going to go after big names, whether that be Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, Trae Young, whatever the case.
What if that fails? What do you do then?
Then I'll consider trading him.
Like, then you have to trade him.
Yeah, like that's fine then, right? As if LeBron is on this team, I'm not trading Anthony Davis.
Okay, yeah. So then,
unless I could see a significant upgrade.
I'm just gonna.
Wait, sorry. Before I let you go, people don't know this. You are a huge AD fan yourself, right? He was your favorite player until Kawhi came in and helped you in a championship. So
Yeah.
what is your take about Anthony Davis as a neutral, not a Laker fan, but as a big Anthony Davis fan still?
Yeah. So
Because you were rooting for him.
I am rooting for him, and I still root for him, obviously, because I'm just gonna look at it at the perspective of the people saying that he's a bum. All right. The thing is that Anthony Davis set himself a standard. All right. Everyone could agree that when he was in the Pelicans, he was the best big in the game.
Yeah, no, for sure.
100%,
He's
right?
still top 3, but yeah, he's not the best.
All
For
right.
sure. I get that.
Top 3 is getting a little bit questionable for me.
Who's better than him outside of Jokic? Is Embiid definitively better than him?
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think he's definitively better than him.
Embiid
has the same health issues
no.
too.
Yeah, health issues, okay, but Embiid's ability is better. His
Who
attitude
performed better in the playoffs?
His attitude might not be better,
Who
obviously.
performed better in the playoffs this year?
Bro, he's been so inconsistent. The games he has lost, he's been dropping like 10 points.
But who made it further though in the tougher conference?
Yeah, I know who's made it further. He also had LeBron.
Yeah, but LeBron wasn't the same.
Embiid is the guy. All right, you know that. Like, Embiid has to be the best player.
But still, you can't say like it's definitively. But then who's fine? If he's 3, who's ahead of him at below 3 then?
Yeah.
Are you taking Domantas Sabonis?
No.
I'm sure Kings fans would prefer AD over
It might
Domantas
just be
Sabonis.
Wembanyama. Who knows?
That's okay.
I
Well,
know.
that's
Yeah.
potential.
Okay. So it's gonna he's gonna be dropping soon, in my opinion. Reason being is because I'm looking at it when people are saying, right? They're calling him a bum because he set himself a standard, right?
Which
Of
is
being the
fine.
best big in the game, of being one of the most
The
consistent
problem
players in the game.
the problem with that take now is, like, listen, I was listening to Get Up this morning, and JJ Redick said it perfectly. He is who he is, and he is still a top 15 player
Yeah, I'm
in
not
this
calling
game.
him a
You can't.
bum.
No, I'm not saying you're calling him a bum.
Yeah.
I'm saying that you have to live with the fact that he's not that guy, right? But he's still an all NBA caliber player. He's an all defensive player, D-point caliber player, right? He's still that top 15 guy. He's still that guy you would want on your team despite the injuries. Okay, you can't tell me if Anthony Davis was traded this year, let's say for a KD package, like people were saying he should have been traded earlier in the year. You're not getting someone significant in return for Anthony Davis that will help you get to this far at this point. Is my point here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sitting. Yes, I might sound like an AD fanboy. I'm passionate about this because, yes, I agree with you. He had set himself a standard, but even as a fan, I understand the standard has dropped, but he's no longer the best guy. I get that, but no big man really is outside of Jokic because of the skill set Jokic has as a point guard capability.
But here's I don't like Embiid. I'll be honest with you. The reason why I'm saying Embiid is better because Embiid is that guy for the Sixers. AD is a 1B. Right? AD, you ain't winning with AD by himself. I'm not saying you're going to win with Embiid by yourself, but Embiid has to be the guy.
That's my point, though, because I feel like, yes, Jokic has officially set himself as the best.
Jokic
right?
is the best. That's
fine.
No.
2 and 3 is a battle. You can't tell me that Embiid is... Yeah, sure. If you want to base it on the regular season, Embiid has the edge. If we were to do rankings right now, I have Embiid second. He deserved his MVP, right? He was deserved that. But when it matters most, you saw Anthony Davis give it his all on that defensive end, despite his injury. He's probably having an off-season surgery on his foot, right? And I get the day to Davis. I get all of every other day Davis. I'm not sitting here saying he's this untouchable piece, but you build a team around how you did with this current roster, which is why I said run it back. You are capable of winning, and he's best equipped to that. We were the best defensive team because AD was there and Jared Vanderbilt helped that.
Yeah, okay, but the games you lost were because of AD.
Not just because of him,
but
he was a
but
factor.
His points weren't there on the offensive
But
end.
how about the games we won? 40 points in game 1.
So you won because of AD. So that
we
just
didn't
shows.
lose. We lost game 1 to Jokic.
Okay, so one game, but at
game
the end
3 we lost, and AD played well.
Okay, so but
So
the other
that's
games?
where that's
no,
my
but there are
point.
games in the Memphis series. There's games in the Golden State series. All right, so you lost 2 games, but you lost the other 2 games as well.
But
Game 2 and Game 4. What about Game 2 and Game 4?
Sorry, Golden State was 1 game, first of all.
What about Game 2 and Game 4 though?
In Memphis.
No, in Denver. He didn't show up in Game 2. He didn't show up in Game 4.
Yeah. Offensively, yes, I agree with that.
Exactly.
So that's where I get frustrated with him. Like, I can't keep defending him. But he ain't no Ben Simmons either.
He's not Ben Simmons.
So that's where my point is. Like, if you're calling Ben Simmons a bum, you better not be putting him... People can't not be calling Anthony Davis a bum.
They can't be, yeah. I agree with that.
That's my take at that, right? The bum, he should be out as a Laker. He's the reason why LeBron, which we're going to get into now, is going to potentially retire, which I don't think he is. But I still think that Anthony Davis can be your 1B, pair him with a 1A, and you're still you're a championship contender. At this point, I'm going to make that clear. At this point of his career.
Yeah, at this point, you have to. But I'm just saying, the reason why people are putting this narrative around Anthony Davis, because I'm with you, all right, and most of it. Of course, he's been inconsistent. We all know that. But I'm just saying the reason why these people are putting this narrative around Anthony Davis is because he did set himself that standard of being the best big in the game.
We've seen more good than... And the inconsistency is inconsistent, but we haven't seen 50-50 towards the season, right? We've seen consistent defense, and we've seen, I would say, a 2/3 to a third in terms of the offense as well. But would you trade Anthony Davis if you were a Laker fan right now?
Right now?
Right now, this moment.
I mean, it has to be for another star piece.
And do you think that will happen? Is my question to you.
I mean, who knows?
If you do if you do a KD package, the Mikal Bridges package, instead of Cam Johnson, it was DeAndre Ayton, then I would want a Dame Lillard or Kyrie Irving. Hopefully he plays in return as well. because there's no other. Who's the best defensive big in the game?
I mean, Anthony Davis showed at this postseason.
So that's my point. That's the tough part. That's the reason why I'm saying that. Yes, he's been inconsistent offensively, but we also have to acknowledge the fact he isn't that guy as he made it out to be. We can't say, oh well, because I've heard people say, oh, he's just a Ben Wallace if he's defensive. No, he still drops 20 points a game.
Yeah, so the issue is the glimpses then. That's the issue.
I agree with that. But my argument isn't he's not inconsistent. I completely 100% agree with that. My take is he ain't no bum. He ain't no guy that you trade just because to trade a guy. Right? If LeBron, now we'll move on to the LeBron side of things here. We'll end the Anthony Davis talk for now. But LeBron came out and said he doesn't know what he's going to do next year, whether he's going to stay with the Lakers or retire. Then yes, Anthony Davis. My take will be a little bit different.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just keep on LeBron. So he said, considering retirement and moving, retirement, I'm not buying it at all. You're one season away from playing with Bronny. All right, there's no way you're retiring. I can't buy that at all.
He did say himself that two things. One, it's his dream, but not me. It may not be Bronny's dream, but not that point. Two, he still is, to be fair, better than majority of the players in the NBA right now. He said, I'm still better than 95% of the players in the NBA, so why wouldn't I play? But he also acknowledged that he might have to be a number 2 now, which is why when we talked about the Lakers bringing in a third star is kind of key, or AD, which I don't think he is, elevates even more than he is, and if he's healthy in that case.
So that's where you might struggle.